Welcome to the Night Show. You're with Tom, Brian and Steve, and this is From the Sidelines. And as we do every time, well, we've started this year talking about NRL that has just been played, and we've just played it in Vegas. Well, we haven't just played in Vegas.
We have.
Although Tom and I look like we've been to America because we're getting into the American spirit.
Yes.
You're wearing your lucky
Brian's
shirt,
been
I
boring.
believe.
Yes, this is the jersey I wore on before the start of the round, and my team won. Even though they're not playing this week, I'm going to keep wearing it till they lose.
This is the winners' bench, isn't it?
Yeah, this is this is the winners' side. Steve. I know I'm being
He's
nice.
about to round the show.
No. I'm being nice to Steve. I want to be nice to Steve
Why?
this week.
Why start now to be nice to Steve?
Well, it goes like this, Steve. There was a game on the weekend
At Vegas.
and I was expecting a little bit of flack from you, and it didn't come.
He was pretty subdued, wasn't he?
And then after we were watching this, there was another game. It was very boring after ours.
It was, yeah.
You actually logged on and said, "Oh wow, even the South Sydney supporters are not up in arms about this one."
Yeah.
And I thought, all right, I have to give you guys the benefit of it. No, you're not.
Can I just explain that I think South Sydney, as being above everybody else, sees the bigger picture.
Oh my goodness.
We just see that we want
Why?
the game to grow.
Why did I bring this up? Why?
I don't
That's
know.
why he's in management. He's a spin doctor.
But you know what? You gave me you opened the door for me. You gave me the chance. So here I am. We see the bigger picture.
Yeah. Bigger picture.
Bigger
Yes.
picture.
The bigger picture is not going to get any better as it gets bigger.
Well, let's see. What were your thoughts on the Las Vegas experiment? What did you like? What didn't you like? Before we get started into the games.
Okay, I liked it. I liked the experiment. I like that even if it was for only one game,
Well, 2 games.
oh yeah, I forgot there was a boring second game. Even if it was for only one night, our product, which is fantastic, was on the American stage. And so I like that. I like that the interest from, the feedback that we're getting through the media is that the fans really enjoyed it. And that not only the fans, but the athletes that went to the game really enjoyed it.
There's some NFL players there that were
Yes, there was.
gobsmacked.
Yeah. So you know, it's a brave move, and I know your next question is the owner of the 49ers is talking about buying an NRL
Well, talking
franchise.
about preempting the script, but okay.
But he was actually saying in praise of Volandis and the move.
Yes.
Frustrated that it's going to be in Vegas for 5 years, but praising the move, talking about how the NFL is also trying to take over the world, and they're playing exhibition games in England and everywhere else, and so he can see the big picture and where NFL is, and was glowing in his praise for what Volandis has done, and so what did I like? I like that.
And there's enough eyeballs, honestly, around the world for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, sport lovers are sport lovers. I mean, they'll
Yeah.
generally watch pretty much anything.
Yeah.
And particularly, and then this is what was so beautiful about this, is that rugby league and NFL are not the same game, but they closely align. You have the field similar. You have, it's played with a ball of similar shape. The aim is to get the ball to the end and score. I really liked what the NRL did with things like making the post yellow.
Yep.
To make them look a little bit like the NFL posts.
Yep.
The first game, the refs were wearing the traditional referee's costume with the black and white stripes.
They weren't in the second?
No, not in the second one. They wore red.
Okay.
You weren't paying enough attention.
No, I was asleep.
And so but also just everywhere you looked, there was advertising. It was, like above the players as they came out of the race. Somebody had thought, let's put Manly Sea Eagles above there to represent them. You could have just had nothing, but they actually had this glowing sign that said Manly Sea Eagles coming out of there. All those little touches just adds the glitz and the glamour to the thing. I thought it was sensational.
And the season launch in America, there were, I was reading between 25 and 28,000 people in the street.
Fremont Street.
Like, that's bigger than we'd get for a launch here.
And
so,
Fox figures have come out. They had 880,000 watching the game.
Yep.
The first game. Mm-hmm. The second game dropped to about 760.
Still.
Okay.
But
Amazing.
it's still pretty good. But then the second game had the Channel 9 as well.
Yeah.
So you had Fox and Channel 9. So that
that's Fox here, not Fox there.
It's Fox. No, this is Fox over there.
Right.
Well, they use their equipment anyway. But yeah, look, I thought it was sensational. I don't think they could have asked for more success than they had. The question is going to be what happens after this, and we'll talk about this later.
Yeah.
They also heard from the 49ers guy in the paper that he would be very keen about being interested in a license in America.
Yeah.
He also talked about maybe having a team that is resident in Las Vegas. Well, actually, no. He talked about expanding the Australian game to include a Las Vegas team. Now that's fraught with problems in terms of travel.
It won't happen.
But he wanted Vegas to have their own team.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening.
I'll be honest with you. I don't see him owning a team at all because there's a lot of differences between owning an American team and owning an Australian team. We have a salary cap.
No, but I think he's talking about owning a team in the American League.
No. He was talking about buying a team
in saying that,
NRL.
like they took a share in one of the big soccer clubs in England as well.
Yeah.
Like they're keen. Like
I
reckon if you offered him a share, he'd probably take it.
Okay, but let's say he took a share of Manly.
Well, he's not going to because we're already privately owned.
Okay, well, all right.
But they're saying that there are 8 clubs that aren't.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so let's whoever.
Yep.
Our clubs don't make $300, $400, $500 million a year. They're lucky if they can make $500,000. I can't see a guy coming in and saying, "I've got multi-millions of dollars and I want to buy this team," and all of a sudden we're going to say, "You can't have a salary cap. You've got to have a salary cap. You've got to be good in that."
But then you ask the question. You ask the question: why is he doing it? If he loves sport and he wants to be.
No, hang on. There's a better counter argument. When Russell Crowe and Holmes Court bought the Bunnies, how much did they buy them for? Their share.
8-9, wasn't it? Million?
Next to nothing.
Yep.
It was a couple of $1 million.
43 million it's worth now, their shares.
Yes.
In Souths.
Yes.
So it's not like the clubs aren't going to make money. Yeah, it's a slow burn.
It's a very slow burn. Russell has put $10-15 million into the Bunnies in the first place.
But that's what it's about. We're not as big as America.
Well, that's exactly my point.
That's why it won't work.
Sometimes it isn't about the money. A lot of rich men buy clubs. They know they're going to lose money because they want the prestige of owning a club.
That's right.
Yeah,
I'd do it.
That's what
I'd do it to lose money.
Yes, if I had the money, I'd do it too. But I can't imagine someone with that sort of money coming in and being happy to earn $100,000 a year.
It's pocket money for them.
It's exactly.
And that's
right.
why I'm saying it's about the experience, not about the money.
Yeah,
just let me tell you. Did you hear the quote that somebody was saying? Yeah, but you could make Russell an offer that he couldn't refuse, and he said no, he'd refuse it. He loves that club. So
Who said that? The 49ers guy.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There you go.
Obviously,
he's had a chat.
Let's talk about the game. Sea Eagles 36 defeated the Rabbitohs 24. And I've got to say, for the first game of the year, it was a very good game.
I don't think you could have
Quality-wise?
asked for a better spectacle for the start of the season in Vegas than this game because if it had, I said to you on Sunday, if it had been 12-6, it wouldn't have had the impact that it had. Sure, defence could have been better by all means, but the fact there was lots of scores for a newly minted crowd, I think that was tremendous. And the other thing is, it was backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. The Seagulls only got the ascendancy in the end at the end of the game.
Yeah, the last 15 minutes.
Yeah,
and it was a brutal game too.
It was.
It wasn't soft. It was a hard hitting game.
Plenty of blood.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was a lot of the comments too. Is, people saying like Lachlan Croker. It was like
human cockfighting,
and he gets bandages up and he just keeps playing. And that just wouldn't happen in the NFL.
No.
I'm actually really curious to hear your thoughts, Steve. What was the highlight of the game for you? Or was there a highlight for you?
No, I'm buoyed, I should say. I could say by the fact that although we lost, I think we performed reasonably well, considering we've got a few players still to come back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was really the centres where we were beaten on the edges, and you know we had a very inexperienced backline.
Yeah.
So I think we'll be better for it. Look, it's the first game. I'm
You
not
have to be
gonna
happy with
cry over the game.
Latrell.
Oh, I think
In the
Latrell
first
had
half at least.
I think he
was
had a
very
reasonable
good.
game.
He looked fit too.
Yeah, he came in and out. Some of the players, I think, Cody Walker seemed to go missing a little bit.
Yeah, I think he was still busted.
I think the forwards did extremely well. But look, you know, credit to Manly. They were able to outlast the game.
Yeah, I thought Manly were very balanced, and that's what I thought going into the game. I thought they were going to be really balanced, and they were. Cherry Evans had his characteristic superb game, really kicking game. I mean that little
Evans killed us.
That little
Absolutely.
grubber that he put through for
Olakwatu.
no, it was a little man. Was it Jackson Paulo that scored? It
No,
was like 2 metres out.
Yeah.
Anyway, just a genius move. A guy who just can read the play so well. And then I thought that what's his name, Brooks, was very quiet in the first 20 minutes, and I'm thinking, is he feeling he's a bit out of his depth or doesn't know what his job is? And then by the second half, he was breaking the line, and he was terrific. And that I think that try had a lot of effects. One is it just sealed the game for him and made him feel like he belonged.
Yep.
And it was a good introduction to the club, saying I'm here. You know, this is what I can do.
Mm.
Yeah. No, I think Manly. I think I was impressed with Manly.
Okay. I have a question, gentlemen. Alex Johnson scored a try. He's got to reach 212. Will he reach the Ken Irvine total in 2024 or 2025?
So he's got 12.
No, he's got 24 to get.
Yeah, I was trying to count up.
Okay.
24. Look, that's probably a big ask. He's done it before. He's getting older.
Yeah.
It will really depend on who's inside him, I think, whether they fire or not. Because, let's face it.
More than likely to be Jack Whiten.
Well, let's face it, he's a good player,
Yeah.
but his job is to catch the ball and put it on the line, That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So it will depend on what kind of service he gets. He could do it, but I think it might be next year.
My fear for him is that Jack Whiten in the centres will actually score quite a few tries and not past Alex Johnson. But anyway, Brian?
I don't want him to beat it.
You know what?
So he was a Manly guy, was he?
I want Ken Irvine
Ken Irvine, yes.
to
North
remain
Sydney man.
at the top of the tree forever.
Won't have him. Okay, let's go on to the Roosters. 20 defeated the Broncos 10.
Mm.
Well, what are you saying?
What am I saying?
I think the Broncos were disappointing.
Yeah. The difference in that game was Teddy.
Yes.
The Roosters had one player step up. I know that around the Roosters pages they're all talking about Victor Radley, but yeah, Teddy was the difference. If he was playing for the Broncos, they would have won. I think that was that simple. I think that young Palacia who got knocked out in the first opening minutes. I think Kevy Walters showed his inexperience as a coach. I think they would beat it. He moved Pat Carrigan to the edge, and I think they were beaten continually out on the edge.
Yep.
Pat Carrigan's a middle forward. He's not an edge forward. That was a bad move to not move him back to the centre. I don't know. Yeah, the Broncos were disappointing, but you can only beat the team in front of you. And I thought the Roosters did well. I don't know whether they were as good as they beat last year's grand finalists. They were good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a hard gauge, that game. I think there was from the first game there was a lot to like about both clubs, and you could see where things are going to improve. I'm concerned, even though it's game one, because I picked the Roosters. I picked the Roosters to go a long way in the comp, and I just don't know. It didn't help them that Tupanua was injured as well, and there was the big blow up with Spencer Lenu and things like that.
Yeah. Did players like fullback Walsh?
Yep.
Did he get overawed by because he was quiet? I mean, he did
I
a couple of good things.
I actually think he was contained.
Yeah, I think contained would be better, but the commentators irritate me because if you were to just listen to the commentary from those first two games, the two men of the match were Latrell Mitchell and Reece Walsh, because that's all they talk about.
I know.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't matter if your team doesn't win and you're one of those players, you're going to cop criticism from all the fans because we're going, mate, just the media beating them up. I thought Walsh had a really good game. I just think he was.
He wasn't man of the match though.
Oh no.
I'm saying if you were just listening to the commentators, he was contained and the Roosters outplayed him.
I thought the Roosters. Well, actually, I thought both teams defended pretty well. Roosters, I was very impressed with their defence, and they bombed 3-4 tries. I watched the replay.
So did Manly. They
well,
did.
we're talking about this game now. The Roosters bombed about three tries just because they were sloppy on the edge. So I think the score could have been better 6-8 weeks down the track. I thought Radley had a superb game. I think he was hitting people left, right, and centre. And of course, Teddy didn't drop a ball. He was busy. Manu, what do you say? Spectacular. And the more I've watched that pass, the more I think it's backwards. Look, I just think the Roosters, they were on, and it makes me feel really, really positive about the season ahead.
All right. I'm going to ask you a question. And that for those who are listening on the podcast, I'm sorry you can't see the picture on the screen. Maybe no one can, but anyway. There was a shoulder charge during the game. Reece Walsh hit Tupou with a apparent shoulder charge.
Saved a try.
Now, guys, you can see the picture here.
Yep. Yeah, I've got it here.
He was upright. I mean, I'm saying this wasn't a shoulder charge. And some people are saying that not as well. So it seems to be split. What's your opinion? I mean, I know during the game you said it was
shoulder charge. You got to try to the definition is you hit him with your shoulder, and they're saying you got to try and wrap your arm. There's no arm wrapping there.
When he went to get Tupou off the line, he made no attempt to use his arms.
No. Okay.
He led with his shoulder.
Yeah,
I also listened to a conversation with Billy Slater,
who basically said the same thing.
He said the problem with this is how you tackle in that situation, because you're running the risk of injury if you don't.
But this is the man who got off on the grand final for his last game, on who knows what kind of evidence, I don't know, because he did exactly the same thing, and he should have missed out on the grand final.
This is the same guy who slides with his studs and sticks his feet in the faces of opposition players. His opinion doesn't count
because he's not pointing his shoulder. He's not bent into the play. In fact, Tupou is more bent into him than what
he was trying to get inside the field of play.
I get that.
Steve, if Reece Walsh ran at you or me like that, we'd be dead. We would be hit so hard it would take us into tomorrow.
Shoulder charge every day.
It's a shoulder charge every day of the week.
I've got padding. He couldn't hit
it. It was a shoulder charge, Steve.
No, it wasn't.
And anyone who says differently is wrong.
Give up, Brian.
Give up. All right. Yeah. Okay, gentlemen, let's go on to round one, which starts this Thursday night. Knights versus the Raiders.
Sounds exciting.
It'll be at Knights' home ground.
It'll be Knights' home ground.
Knights' form, pre-season form. I mean, it's hard to judge pre-season form because they often don't have all their good players in. But I thought the Knights were pretty solid. I didn't see the Raiders play their games, so I don't know how they went. But I'll be tipping the Knights here.
Okay.
Yeah, look, I'll be tipping the Knights simply on last year's form. I like Tyson Gamble, Jackson Hastings. Brayley hasn't come back from injury yet. And Ethan Strange has beaten KO Weeks for the 5'8" spot. So I'm not sure what that spells for KO.
It's interesting because Ethan Strange played centres for the junior Blues.
Yeah, apparently he's an exceptionally talented boy.
His dad's the women's coach of the Roosters.
Yeah, I don't know. And I think in the forwards you've probably got. Yeah, I think the Knights probably have it.
They're going to miss Lachlan Fitzgibbon.
Yep.
He is absolutely killing it in the Super League.
Yeah.
I'm on the Knights as well. Gentlemen, what about the next one, the Warriors and the Sharks?
Oh, geez, this is a tough game.
On Friday night.
Home ground advantage, that's all I would judge it on.
I'm on the Warriors as well, even though Chance is injured, not in the match. Having, I remember a few weeks ago, Andrew Webster, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck was saying, Andrew Webster sat me down and said, this is how Joey Manu plays. I want you to take that kind of a role. And then Joey Manu just carved up the Broncos. Imagine what someone like Roger's going to do. It could be scary. It could be scary because, look, the Sharks have a number of younger players coming through in the backs, and I am not necessarily a big believer in having Talakai in the centres. Too slow. He's going to be like the Titanic trying to turn as Roger runs past him. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough work.
Well, he's a back rower, isn't he? Really.
Here's a plug for our Supercoach team. I've picked Roger in my team. I'm so excited about him coming back. I've picked him.
Is he meant to be in the centres, or he probably play fullback this week?
No, he'll play centres.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, there's
maybe so. Without Chance there, I don't know.
Who's going to play fullback?
Tain Tuapaki.
Okay.
So he's a well-known player. Then they've thrown into fullback.
Hey, he played both the trials and he absolutely carved it up.
Okay. All right. Now, Brian, the next one you have to actually tell me with your head, not with your heart. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Melbourne Storm and the Penrith Panthers.
At Amy Park.
Yeah, I think the Panthers will get this.
How certain are we that Munster's going to play?
We're not. Munster's come out today and said.
In the shower and your groin.
Munster's come out and said it's not his ankle, it's his groin, and it's his hamstring, not his groin, and he may not play if he's not ready. So
it could be all of the above.
I don't know. They got that young Jonah Pezzett sitting on the bench though, and he can play too. Let me just tell you.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think the Panthers are going to break the Storm first round win streak. That is a very, very strong Panthers team.
Okay, I'm on the Storm.
It's his third or fourth team, isn't it?
What about you?
Yes, they're Panthers. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Don't say with any relish.
I was going to say I actually didn't expect.
I'm trying to be objective here.
Okay, Eels and Bulldogs.
Ooh. I think this is a tough one.
Oh really?
Yeah. No. Seriously, I do.
I think the Eels' trial form was pretty good. I think they'll be very. I think they'll win comfortably.
It was, but I'm looking forward to seeing how the Bulldogs fit with their new
players. They're going to take half a season to get any kind of cohesion.
Is Taff out?
No, Taff's playing. So
not a fullback.
Yeah, you got Taff, you got Blake Wilson, Jacob Kraz, Steve Crichton
playing fullback. That's his position.
Well, because they picked Taff. I thought I heard that they're not playing him at fullback. But
yep, you got Taff, Wilson, Kraz, Crichton, Addo Carr, Burton, and Hutchinson. That's a really strong backline.
It's not a bad backline.
I mean, Kraz and Crichton would fit into most teams. Addo Carr's an international winger.
Yeah.
Matt Burton can absolutely terrify you on his day.
Yeah.
Well, he's the weak link there.
Who, Burton?
Burton, because he shouldn't be in six. He should be in
centres.
No, it depends on what Hutchinson does. And then, and you look at the bench, and the Dogs have got Kurt Mann, Sam Hughes, Josh Curran. I'm thinking that's a strong bench.
Yeah, I've picked the Eels, but I wouldn't be surprised for the Bulldogs to win.
Yeah, I picked it.
I will be surprised if the Bulldogs win.
I've picked the Eels too, just so you know. Out there in listener land, Steve, I picked the Eels.
Well done. I'm sure he gives you a pat on the back for that.
I'm sure he would like to. Morgan Harper, mate. It must be a pretty average Eels team though if Morgan Harper walks into the first grade team. Just saying.
Now I need you to be nice on the next one as well, because Barry, our friend, is flying up to the Gold Coast to watch this game with a friend. So, do we think the Dragons have any hope of beating the Titans?
Jeez, I hope he gets a good meal. On the flight.
Because you think that's all the good he's going to get out of the weekend?
Titans
I didn't say that. Tom said that.
Titans for me.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go Titans as well. Yeah.
A lot of the tipsters are saying Dragons for the wooden spoon, which I don't.
I don't think they'll win the wooden
spoon.
I don't think they'll win the spoon.
No, I think it's got to be the Tigers, but I don't know whether the Dragons are going to be too far behind them.
Oh, you're harsh.
So you're. So what about you, Steve?
Oh,
we're all going to dump Barry, are we?
I'm on the Titans.
We're all dumping your Barry?
No, I didn't say that. I'm just asking your opinion. Dolphins and Cowboys.
Ooh, I think this will be a ripper of a game.
Yes, I do too.
For all the wrong reasons. I think it'll be an absolute drop fest, ball snooze fest.
Hang on. You understand in Australia what the term ripper means, right?
But it'll be a ripper for all the wrong reasons.
I'm on the Cowboys. I get a point to prove this year.
Yeah, I think being a home game, I'm on the Cowboys as well.
No, it's a Dolphins home game. Well,
no, sorry, Dolphins. I'm on the Dolphins.
I'm gonna go Cows, but with no conviction.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to say, it's a bit of a boring game to end the season.
It'd be interesting to see how Flegler and Farnworth fit into the team because they're both excellent players.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So why are we not like jumping on the Dolphins like nothing else? You got the Hammer, Sarko, Farnsworth, Flegler, Kafusi. Like, it's not a bad team. Why aren't we just going, yeah, this is a team?
Well, we did. We said Dolphins.
I said the Cows.
I said the Cows too.
And see how much I listen to you.
But we should be right on them. But I just can't
I'm
do
on
it.
them.
The best news though, the Tigers have 2 points this week.
The Tigers will be in the top 8 at the end of the weekend.
The Tigers are currently running third.
Take a photo, Tigers fans. Okay, Tom, over to you.
Okay. So we're going to try something different this year. What I'm going to do is give you a couple of talking points. We're not going to comment on them, but we'd like you to start the ball rolling on the Facebook page and give us a bit of feedback on what you think in answer to these 2 questions. First one is, it may be soon, but and the decision will probably be made in the next few weeks, but which teams do you personally feel will be in Vegas next year? Do you think that there will be some of the 4 teams that played this year there again? Or do you think they'll have a fresh 4 teams? And which ones do you think will be there? We'd like you to put your comments on the Facebook page. That would be great. The second question is, after the experience of Allegiant Stadium, they've talked about possibly trying to fund a roof on a core stadium, the Olympic Stadium, which was always intended to be there, but then they ran out of money at the Olympics. They're talking about... they had Taylor Swift there the other day, and there was lightning and thunder and stuff, and it delayed the concert. And apparently Beyonce won't even come because there's no roof. So, what do you think? And do you think actually that the New South Wales government will stump up the money? I think we'd really be interested to see what you think. And if you'd like to, one of you, get the ball rolling on those two.
Are we allowed to contribute to this as well?
Not right now.
No.
We can talk about this. We can talk about this after we've read the comments.
I've kept my mouth shut. I've got opinions on both of those things.
So have I.
I had opinions on everything, but I've got opinions on both of those.
So this is a lesson in discipline, self-discipline, Stephen. Brian.
Yes,
your name
Brian.
Is. Yes.
Stephen, Brian.
So is that all we're talking about tonight?
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
Yeah,
You've rounded off the show.
Yeah, that's it. You've finished off the show. Tom, would you like to sign us out?
Anything intelligent you want to say, Steve?
No,
yes.
you can't. He's so spotter.
Everything I say is intelligent.
Dear.
So that's why I have the good looks.
We have the ladder.
No,
we should have the
ladder. The ladder's pretty
looks
good.
Yeah, the ladder looks real good.
The ladder looks awesome.
Look at the ladder.
Goes Manly Roosters Tigers. I memorised it off by heart.
So in first place,
wants to tell you who's at the bottom.
The first place, the Sea Eagles, were on 12 points difference. The Roosters on 10 points difference in second position, and unfortunately at the bottom is the Rabbitohs.
So Rabbitohs coming fourth.
Last.
No, fourth.
No, 17th.
No, because the other teams haven't played.
Yeah, they're all on 0. That's right. They're on 0.
No.
That's right.
Hey, talk about Fantasy League for a second, Steve. Did you say you've got Roger in your team?
I've got Roger in my team.
Ooh.
I've got the 2 Dolphins, the Hammer and Asako.
Oh, wow, that's a strong backline.
I've got a great back line. I'm still only getting 900 and something points. I don't know how that's going to work out, but anyway.
Jeez, that's interesting.
Why?
Well, I don't have... my three-quarter line's a bit weak. I've got... I had Ben Travojevic, who scored a ton of points. I've got Tom...
You've probably got $10 million spent in your spine.
Yeah, I do. Cleary, Hines, Travojevic, Ponga. Yeah, don't worry. I got them all. Anyway, we'll be bringing you regular updates about that too.
Yes.
About what?
The Fantasy League.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
And the footy tipping competition.
And
if you haven't put your footy tips in, you better put them in.
Oh, yeah, because you've only missed 2 games.
That's right.
You want to post that up again on the Facebook page?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Gentlemen, anything? Nothing?
Just,
we're out of here.
Wearing my lucky
Let's
jersey.
go.
Let's go.
All right.
2 more days to the continuation of round 1.
That is pretty good though.
Yeah.
It's football non-stop.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. You're with Tom, Brian, and Steve, and this is From the Sidelines, and we'll see you all again next week. Bye-bye.
See ya.
You did the thumbs up there too, Tom.
Oh, one of them.
I did two.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, that's what winners do, man.
You're mean. You're terribly mean.